Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at some insane spice in the Open Great League. PALDEA starters Sprigatito, Quaxly, and Fuecoco, all at level 50. These battles were submitted to the channel by a member of the community, Sizzledoof, so many thanks for the battle submission. Now it goes without saying, this is definitely not a team you should ever attempt. None of these Pokemon get anywhere close to 1500 CP, and it's going to take a ton of battles to get any wins. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's check out the 3 PALDEA starters in the Open Great League. Hopping to the first match, picking up a tough lead, Fuecoco into Dewgong. The Ice Shards, of course, are going to be resisted, but Dewgong has access to Drill Run. Opponent is going to safe switch into a Whiscash, and in comes Sprigatito. Sprigatito will have to respect the Blizzard, though, and Whiscash will go straight for it. So Sprigatito will get to farm down and leave with quite a lot of energy to threaten the Dewgong. Grass Knot, of course, will hit for super effective damage, but keep in mind, this is a Sprigatito. It's only like 1100 CP. Oh my goodness. Opponent sends in Altaria. Do they know about the Play Rough? Well, they do now. Play Rough connects, dealing massive damage onto the Altaria. Sprigatito makes it to Play Rough number 2. That's gonna KO. In comes the Dewgong, and we see a switch into the Quaxly. Quaxly able to absorb that Icy Wind, as of course Quaxly is a pure water type. Quaxly farming up energy here. Dewgong is going to have to fire off the Drill Run here. Drill Run will connect, nearly KOing the Quaxly, but Quaxly able to hang on and fire off the Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace will be shielded. Quaxly is going to get farmed down. Fuecoco has so much energy. Fuecoco farming up and going for the Flamethrower. Flamethrower will connect into the Dewgong, and now the question is Fuecoco going to be able to farm down? Dewgong, no bait, going for the Drill Run, throwing one Incinerate and firing off the Disarming Voice. This will be grabbing the final shield from the opponent. This will be close. Fuecoco gets the farm down, and that is a good game. Alright, moving to the next match, actually managing to get a win with the triple PALDEA starters, but this is a tough lead, leading Fuecoco into Golisopod. Golisopod, of course, does have access to Liquidation. Liquidation would hit for massive super effective damage. Opponent actually only going for the Aerial Ace there. Aerial Ace is the cheaper move, and considering that it's a Fuecoco, they're probably going to be shielding whatever they throw. We do see the shield used, building up to the Flamethrower, and again going for the Disarming Voice. Disarming Voice will connect. We see a switch into Quaxly. Quaxly trying to get the Wing Attack farm down there. Golisopod will fire off the Aerial Ace, and now in comes Drapion. Drapion definitely not what the Sprigatito in the back is hoping to see. Liquidation will connect. Unfortunately, no debuff from the Liquidation, and Drapion is going to fire off its energy here. Aqua Tail is not going to be enough to KO, underestimating the bulk of Quaxly. Honestly, something I never thought I'd say, and Quaxly forces a shield. Okay, I see you, Quaxly. In comes Fuecoco. Fuecoco not going to appreciate the Aqua Tail here. Fuecoco commits the shield. We see a switch into Sprigatito as they fire off the charge move. Is it the Aqua Tail? Yes, it is. Opponent did not react fast enough. In the back, it's a Buzzwole, and this is not looking great here, as a lunge is going to be massive overkill. Buzzwole goes for the power-up punch, and they underestimate Sprigatito. They thought they could get away with a power-up punch, but now they get KO'd with a Play Rough. In comes the Drapion. Drapion will be met with the Fuecoco. Fuecoco able to make the Disarming Voice. I think that the Golisopod is at like 1 HP here. In comes the Golisopod. Oh no, they have a move. Is it the Liquidation? It's the Aerial Ace. And Fuecoco with 1 HP against all odds manages to take the win. Moving into the next match, Fuecoco sees a terrible lead as it goes up against Quagsire. Immediate safe switch into the Quaxly. Quaxly farming up energy here, and Quagsire is going to fire off the Mud Bomb. Immediate shield from the Quaxly. Mud Bomb would do massive damage. Quaxly now going to fire off the Liquidation. Liquidation does get same type attack bonus, and it still does almost no damage. That is part of the problem when running Pokemon with as low CP as the PALDEA starters, is even if you have a move that hits for neutral, it's a pretty good move. Liquidation is a crunch clone, and you get same type attack bonus. You're just not really doing any damage. Opponent is going to send in Medicham into a loaded Aerial Ace. Aerial Ace will connect onto the Medicham, and Medicham gets the farm down. In comes Fuecoco. Fuecoco farming up, trying to make it to the Disarming Voice, but Medicham will make it to the Psychic first. Psychic would hit for massive damage, so we will see a shield from Fuecoco, farming up one more Incinerate and going for the Disarming Voice. If the opponent doesn't wait their timer here after they get KO'd, then potentially could try and snipe that Quagsire with the Sprigatito. Disarming Voice will get the KO. Watch on the top right, it's the Quagsire switch into the Sprigatito as they fire off their charge move. It's going to be the Mud Bomb that is going to be resisted. Sprigatito can't quite get the farm down, as unfortunately the opponent is able to save the Quagsire. That's definitely not ideal. Grass Knot will connect into the Registeel, and Registeel, unfortunately, looks like it's just going to be a bit too much for this team to handle here. Registeel goes for the Zap Cannon, trying to get a farm down. They do not get the farm down. Okay, wait, hold on. Farming up, oh, cannot make the Flamethrower there. Had to try and leave with energy, but Registeel will secure the win with the Zap Cannon. Looking for redemption in the next match, leading Fuecoco into Umbreon. This is a situation where only being the mono fire type is pretty nice, whereas the final evolution Skeledirge, of course, has the ghost subtyping, so it would be taking super effective damage from Umbreon's dark moves. Umbreon, almost at 100 energy, they're forced to throw on alignment and give Fuecoco an entire Incinerate for free. Fuecoco is going to be shielding up the second move from the Umbreon here, and Fuecoco can look to overfarm and is now at the back-to-back Disarming Voices, looking to put pressure onto the Umbreon. Umbreon is going to double shield in this matchup, throw one Snarl, and then fire off another charge move. We will see the shield from the Fuecoco. Fuecoco continuing to farm and going for another Disarming Voice. No shields remaining for the Umbreon, they just have to take that damage. We now see a switch into Quaxly, saving energy on the Fuecoco for later. Quaxly will be hit with the Foul Play, that does so much damage. Farming up, unfortunately not going to be able to get the farm down, so forced to fire off the Aerial Ace on the CMP tie, and honestly, I'm surprised that Quaxly won CMP there. In the back, opponent running some serious spice, they have a Scyther back there. Scyther will take super effective damage from the Aerial Ace. Scyther, not wanting to get hit with any more wing attacks, will fire off the Night Slash. Do we see the boost? We do see the boost. Fuecoco looking for the Incinerate down and gets it in the back. I think I saw a Steel type back there. What was it? Flamethrower into the Galarian Stunfisk, and in comes Sprigatito. Sprigatito will be taking neutral damage from the Rock Slide here. Rock Slide does half of its HP. That is a non-stab Rock Slide. Again, these Paldea starters are just absurdly glassy at level 50, but Sprigatito able to take down G-Fisk and get the win. Moving to the next match, leading Fuecoco into Scrafty. This is again where having Disarming Voice will come in clutch. Unfortunately, Scrafty will be able to hit for neutral here due to the Pure Fire typing, and the Scrafty throws on alignment, giving an entire Incinerate for free. Scrafty just going straight for the Power-Up Punch. We're going to see one Incinerate thrown and the Disarming Voice. Disarming Voice into the Scrafty, does connect and gets the one-hit KO. In comes Pelipper. Pelipper will be hit with a Disarming Voice. Pelipper commits a shield. We're now going to see a switch into Quaxly. Quaxly farming up. Pelipper has quite a lot of energy here. Quaxly lets it through, and it is just going to be the Weather Ball. Quaxly returning fire with the Aerial Ace. Opponent already shielded the Pelipper once. They're going to let that go, and they're just going to go straight Weather Ball here. Quaxly committing the shield. Sprigatito doesn't necessarily want to see this Pokemon either, so if possible, it'd be nice if Quaxly could get it out of the way. Quaxly firing off the Aerial Ace. We see the shield from the Pelipper. Pelipper firing off energy, just gonna let it go and save a shield for Sprigatito. Sprigatito is going to be brought in here. Sprigatito looking for the farm down. Going to have to be hit with a Weather Ball first though. Sprigatito letting this through, but that does so much resisted damage. Sprigatito gets the farm down. What's in the bag? It's a Unova Stunfisk. Grass Knot is super effective here. Grass Knot connects, but Sprigatito, can it make it to a move? No, it cannot. It's all up to Fuecoco. Fuecoco burning its final shield here. Can it make it to a charge move? Fuecoco cannot get there. Unova Stunfisk with too much energy will get the win, courtesy of the Mud Bomb. Moving into the next match here, leading Fuecoco into Swampert, an absolutely awful lead. We're going to see a save switch into the Quaxly, and the Swampert is staying in this matchup. Quaxly farming up and going for the Liquidation here. Liquidation will hit for neutral damage into the Swampert. Swampert commits the shield. Swampert does have enough for the Earthquake. We see a shield from the Quaxly, and the opponent full sends the Earthquake. That's a big shield not getting baited there. Quaxly farming up and firing off a second Liquidation. Liquidation into the Swampert will connect. Swampert will be able to make it to the Earthquake here. Decision time for the Quaxly. Quaxly is going to double shield. Quaxly will be able to get the farm down and leave with quite a lot of energy. Opponent is going to send in Quaquaval. So we have the battle of Quaxly versus Quaquaval. Quaquaval will be hit with the Aerial Ace farming up here. We see a switch into the Sprigatito as Quaquaval fires off its charge move. Quaquaval goes for the Aerial Ace that nearly one-shots the Sprigatito in the back. There's an Emolga. Emolga is going to fire off the charge move here. They potentially could have Thundershock down, but instead they decide to fire off the discharge. And now we have Fuecoco going up against Emolga, and the opponent throws on alignment, an entire Incinerate given away for free by the opponent. Farming up is Fuecoco. Fuecoco firing off the Disarming Voice. Disarming Voice will be shielded. Fuecoco farming up, cannot get the catch. That is very unfortunate. The Incinerate had not concluded. Discharge gets the KO. Quaxly has the Liquidation. Will this be enough to KO the Emolga? Yes, it is. Moving into the next match, leading Fuecoco into Melmetal. Melmetal, of course, will take super effective damage from Incinerate, but Rock Slide will hit for super effective damage, and as you can see, a lot of opponents letting free Incinerates through. These battles are taking place at rank 16, so sometimes there will not necessarily be Pokemon that have the right movesets, or in this case, opponents who understand charge move timing. They're going to be firing off the Rock Slide. We're going to see the shield from the Fuecoco. Fuecoco continuing to farm. Can Fuecoco get the farm down? Yes, it can. Down a shield, but leaving with a massive amount of energy. In comes Cresselia, and Cresselia will be met with a Flamethrower. Flamethrower will connect into the Cresselia. Fuecoco continuing to farm and firing off another Flamethrower. Flamethrower into the Cresselia is actually going to grab a shield. We're now looking for a switch into Sprigatito as they fire off the charge move here. Cresselia goes for the Moonblast. That does massive damage to Sprigatito. Sprigatito farming up. Opponent sends in a Medicham. Oh my goodness. It's Play Rough time. Play Rough. Big damage onto the Medicham. Medicham now going to be answered with Quaxly. Quaxly, no shields remaining here. Medicham just going for the power-up punch, boosting up their counter damage. Quaxly doesn't want to take boosted counters, going for the Aerial Ace here to get the KO. All that's left is that Cresselia. Cresselia firing off a charge move here. They can go for a Grass Knot if they're running it, and they do. That gets the KO. Back in comes Fuecoco. Fuecoco is going to need to take a Moonblast here. Moonblast into Fuecoco. Fuecoco able to withstand that damage. The fire typing coming in clutch, making the Flamethrower, and Flamethrower will secure the KO onto the Cresselia. Let's go, Fuecoco. All right, hopping into the final match here. Opponent leading Magcargo into Fuecoco. Thankfully, it's an Incinerate Magcargo, so they are not running Rock Throw. However, Magcargo has Rock Tomb, which hits for super effective damage and is going to debuff the opponent. We now see a switch into Quaxly. Opponent seeing the water typing sends in Lurantis, but Lurantis is in for a nasty surprise as it gets hit for super effective damage with the Wing Attack and the Aerial Ace. Quaxly is going to commit the shield on the Leaf Blade. Quaxly looking for the farm down here. Lurantis cannot make it to the move. That is quite nice. In the back, opponent has a Pidgeot. Is that Air Slash on the Pidgeot? Again, these are rank 16 battles, and it is, in fact, an Air Slash Pidgeot. And Air Slash, probably one of the worst fast moves that you can use on Pidgeot, as it's immensely outclassed by Gust, as well, of course, as by the preferred fast move of Wing Attack. Just going to fully sacrifice the Sprigatito here. Opponent goes for the Feather Dance. That does so much damage. In comes Fuecoco. Fuecoco firing off the Flamethrower into the Pidgeot. Flamethrower will connect. Pidgeot now low. Pidgeot going to need to Brave Bird here if they want the KO. That's exactly what they do. Brave Bird KOs Fuecoco. Quaxly gets the farm down. I said Fwaxly. Definitely Quaxly. But Quaxley makes the liquidation. Liquidation gets the KO. And for one final time, the Paldea starters get the win. All in all, these were some very fun battles to watch, and massive props to Sizzle, as I imagine it took an insane amount of battles to get those wins, as running Pokemon that are like 1100 to 1200 combat power in a 1500 CP format is extremely difficult, even if you're running just one. So running all three and getting a win, massive props. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you as always to our members here on YouTube. The support guys provide is sincerely appreciated. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.